Britain must never forget Spain's long-standing desire to take back control of Gibraltar. According to the ROC's most prominent Brexiteer, John Bromfield was one of only 823 Gibraltarians who voted for Brexit during the 2016 EU referendum. The 75-year-old trader, who has lived in Gibraltar since 2005, spoke as the British Overseas Territory, Spain. The EU and Britain continue talks on its future trading relationship. Mr. Bromfield said that the negotiations will be fraught with lots of difficulties because of the number of competing interests of the different parties. But he warned that the UK should never lose sight of Spain's desire to repatriate Gibraltar. The territory was ceded to Great Britain under the Treaty of Utrecht in 1713. Spain claims this agreement is invalid and has claimed sovereignty over the ROC since the 1950s. Speaking to Express, Mr. Bromfield said, "Spain has a very long-standing demand for Gibraltar to be Spanish, and that must never be forgotten by anybody who is in a negotiating position with Spain. The negotiations are fraught with lots of difficulties. At the moment Spain has a soft socialist government. The British say they have red lines regarding sovereignty, but underneath it, all Spain wants Gibraltar back, and it's one of those things." Mr. Bromfield also said that Spain has a huge black market and uses its dispute with Gibraltar as a distraction from tough domestic issues. He said, anytime it gets into issues they raise Gibraltar, the same as Argentina raises the Falklands whenever they have issues. Despite an exact deal has yet to be hammered out, Mr. Bromfield said that closing the border would hurt Spain 500 times than the UK. He previously told Express.co.uk that a recently installed roll-on, roll-off ramp in its port would allow cargo to be shipped in and out quickly. This compares with the £1.3 billion of exports Spain sent to Gibraltar in 2018. He said, "I don't think Spain could close the frontier. On what grounds? It's a democratic country. The EU is a democratic organization. What reasons would it close a border? Is there a war on? Secondly, if they did close it out of spite, it would harm Spain 500 times more than Gibraltar. People in Latin countries have Latin temperaments and the politicians get all uppity. If Barcelona loses to Arsenal, there are problems at the border. It's silly. But it's not in Spain's interest to close a border that has so much material being exported, because of pound sterling, at a very good rate."